I'll wait to see your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh, please stay a while. I'll reach up to hold your sunlit face. Feels like a handful of silk now. I'm in your warm embrace. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts till the oceans turn to glass and the world around us turns and fades to black.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
I really like it. Love you.
Against the stream of time we'll run, baby. We'll hold back the sun. This feeling moves me every single day. I'm captured by your charm, enchanted by your ways. In the magic of your eyes, I've become lost in their spell. So come closer, my dear, because all is well. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts till the oceans turn to glass and the world around us turns and fades to black. Together we'll hold back the sun in this moment, forever young. Against the stream of time we'll run, baby. We'll hold back the sun. When the sun goes down and the world spins round.
I remember you beneath the midnight autumn moon. When we were young, but you still took my hand. And I just couldn't say all the words there in my brain. So I kissed you, hoping you would understand. And oh, how'd we abandon simple days? Oh, what comes along and causes change.
I feel honored to be up here today with the bride and groom and with all of you on this very special day. Now, a few words about the couple. Shawn, from the day I met you, I could tell that you were a man of few words and that you show how much you care and what you do and how you carry yourself. A man of integrity, of strength, selflessness, honesty, and fairness. Jade, I immediately got indication of how sweet, sensitive, empathetic, and caring you are. All of these great attributes under a layer of levity and maybe even a little bit of sarcasm, which I believe is very, very important in life. Shawn and Jade met when Jade was 13 years old. I have no idea how old Shawn was. She thought he was pretty cute, but she just kept to herself. Fast forward 7 years, Shawn was quote unquote pestering Jade to hang out. Yep.
And that verbiage was given by Jade, just so you know, and in case you didn't know. And shortly after the pestering, they started spending plenty of time with each other. They'd go right up the hill to Grant Park, or the Cross, as most people know. Place with a view. Good job, Shawn. Well played, well played. Then later, Jade was in need of a roommate, and Shawn volunteered. The rest is history. They built a friendship for a year or so, then accepted the inevitable. 9 years later,
here we are. They let me know it wasn't easy, and they had their fair share of difficulties, but regardless, they truly feel like they are meant to be together and made for one another. When asking Shawn and Jade about how they met and what was important to them, I discovered they both felt very strongly about being individuals and taking time to focus on their own happiness and health in order to have a balanced relationship. They value communication and feel like no topic is off limits. They each have learned when to push forward and when to pull back, when to compromise or ask, when to empathize and understand, and when to support each other, especially when things aren't going as planned. They also joke around like all of the time, which seems to be their secret ingredient. They constantly show each other how much they care in doing little things around the house, like picking up after one another, doing mundane household chores when the other is not feeling up to it, and most importantly, they support each other in pursuing hobbies they each enjoy. Most of the time without trying to drag the other person into doing it too. They would both rather have a small gathering than a huge party, hence us being here in this backyard. And they have found a balance that works for them, and that's what is important. And one thing that Jade mentioned as well was Shawn will always go out of his way to be a part of the family, which is something that's really, really important to her. Love is something we know and we feel the moment we are born, and for most of us throughout our entire childhood. It is a safety net that we always expect to be there. As we grow a little older, the obstacles of life tend to affect our idea of love. As teenagers, we rebel and resist because we're trying to figure out our own identity that we attempt to dissect, but still rely on as a safety net. As we get into our 20s and 30s, I believe we have enough life experience to formulate our own thesis of love. But even then, only express this openly with a few others, as it is a precious and fragile thing, at least in our minds. We choose to commit to one person and build a life together, and this can define our relationship with love even more. As we grow older, we start to come back around to understanding the feeling of love, the unconditional aspect, regardless of the little doubts and worries that come along with it. Then we have children of our own, and finally we start to understand what love really means. Then we grow older, and it is again reinforced as the children we once looked after have the chance to look after us and love us as we love them. Love is a very mysterious thing indeed. Our need for it is like water and oxygen, possibly even more. The more we embrace the love around us and realize it is much more than a safety net, the more we can share it with others and with each other. The more we can cherish it, the more we can forgive one another for our humanness, and the more we can see it all around us. This leads me to a verse from the Bible, Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And then now for the ring. Who has the ring? So the ring is an unbroken circle which represents unending love. As often as either of you look upon these rings, may you be reminded of this moment and the love you have promised to one another.
Dang it.
How you doing?
Fine.
Shawn, can you please place the ring on Jade's finger and repeat after me?
Yes.
Okay, let's just do this first.
Why don't you just take it?
Here.
Give it to you.
Nice, it fits. Perfect.
Oh. Yes.
Jade, I give you this ring
Jade, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
that I am choosing my life with you.
that I'm choosing my life with you.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge to love you
as a pledge to love you
today, tomorrow, always and forever.
today, tomorrow, and for always and ever.
And then Jade, place the ring on Shawn's finger and
Oh.
repeat after me.
Okay, wait.
Shawn, I give you this ring
Shawn, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
that I am choosing my life with you.
that I am choosing my life with you.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a pledge to love you
as a pledge to love you
today, tomorrow, always and forever.
today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
And then I'm understanding that Shawn and Jade have written their own vows and want to share that with us all.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I
Jade wants to go first?
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Sorry. I gotta get mine out of there. I won't be able. I'll cry through his and I cry through mine. Okay. Okay. Shawn, we have officially been together for 9 years. I cannot believe that number. Many times I find myself wondering how time has flown by and feeling as though it was only yesterday that we first started dating. If I've made it this far, you can give me a round of applause. I know I tell you often, if not daily, that I am thankful for you. This is so very true. You are my best friend. You have surpassed any reasonable doubt in my mind of what kind of man I deserve. You truly buckled down and put your best foot forward for me. That is a gift I can never repay you, but I can try. I promise to always be your biggest fan, whether that be silently in the comfort of our own home or publicly supporting your every endeavor. I promise to try and make you a lunch for work every day. We both know that I am not the better cook out of the two of us. I promise to stay faithful, true, and honest to you. I am a woman of my word and I always will be. I promise to continue loving you on your best days, and I promise to continue to love you on your worst days. With this, I promise to do more research on how to remove oil stains from clothing before doing the laundry. But really, thank you for choosing me and for choosing my family. I am eternally yours. I love you.
Beautiful.
That was good.
Shawn, your turn.
You can't read my handwriting, so. Jade, this ring is a promise to listen and hear and always consider your feelings. I take you as my best friend and my wife. I will be yours in time of plenty and in times of need, in times of sorrow and in times of joy. I promise to listen to your advice even though I might not take it. To protect you from harm, to stand with you against your troubles, not only to be honest, but trust, and not only to love, but to be loved. I promise to be faithful and patient, respect, and sorry. Faithfulness and patient, respect and attentiveness and self-improvement. In your arms I am home, you are my everything.
All right. So now for the vows that I have to say. Do you, Shawn, take Jade to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, for richer or for poorer, keeping yourself unto her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you, Jade, take Shawn to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, for richer or for poorer, keeping yourself unto him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Excuse me, sorry. And a little something that I want to say before I say it all. I want to wish you both much love and happiness as you begin your new journey. Remember to keep lots of laughter in your life, and love will be sure to follow. Shawn, keep letting Jade cuddle with you at night while you pretend that you don't like it. And Jade, keep letting Shawn work on every single car that comes into his driveway. Shawn and Jade, you have pledged your faith and love to each other on this day in front of loved ones. By the power vested in me in the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Shawn, you may kiss your bride.
Are you ready, dear? Oh, we must be sure there's no turning back once we're out the door. Leave your message here on the telephone, 'cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Heaven knows, running round the world with you. When you smile, I smile too. How I ever made it without you. Heaven knows.
I'm Jade's dad, and I want to thank everybody who made it here today. I know some of you drove all the way from Texas, which is a huge commitment, so thank you so much. I'm going to try to kind of run off of my notes here, but at the same time share my heart with you guys. I think of Jade and Shawn both like my children, because Shawn's been in our family for so long, and I've watched how Shawn has, really made my daughter happy, and that's important to me. I want to thank everyone, obviously, for being here, but I want to thank Shawn and Jade and for the people that they are. And Jade has always been like the peace child of our family. I know sometimes she tries to be the tough girl or something else, but really truly she is the one that tries to keep everybody happy. Loving, always wanting to make others feel comfortable. She's also courageous in her decision making and is loyal to all. And it's like I noticed, just how they both are. And I think this is probably really their comfort zone right here with the people who are most important to them. Not that they don't have other friends and family members and things like that, but And obviously we have COVID and other things going on, which is kind of what's caused this to happen. But I think this truly is kind of really makes them feel good, and that's what's important here today. When Jade was born, I was so excited. You would have thought she was the first baby ever born. I remember it was late. I called everybody I knew to let them know that I had a new daughter. When we were in the hospital, I asked the doctor if I could be the one that would be there to deliver her, because I wanted to be the first one to touch her when she came out. He was accommodating, but he was like, we got to be careful. And she had the umbilical cord around her, and so he wanted to make sure that he got that off, and then gave me some quick coaching as to how to receive her, like as though you were at a football game and you were going to receive the first hike, because she came out very quickly. That happened, and I remember her mom and I, we did not know whether we were having a daughter or a son. I decided that I was having a son, and then Jade came out. And it's funny because at that time I don't think I really even thought about having a son again after she came out. Jade has always been beautiful, and as boys started to take notice, I realized the little girl who loved to cut my hair, her and her sister decided to cut my hair once while I was asleep. And one of them had a fake pair of scissors. I'm not sure which one actually got the real scissors, Chelsea, and decided to cut what little bit of hair I had the rest of the way off. So, and I woke up to basically looking like I've been scalped. As the boys came around and started to pay attention to her, I realized I was probably never going to be okay with any boy or think that they were good enough for my daughter. I realized quickly no man would ever be good enough, and one day she brought home Shawn, and I realized he was a quiet guy and polite. He was great at fixing things. I was still not sure he was for my baby, but as time went by, I realized Shawn was not only a pleasant person, but that my daughter seemed to be happy when she was with him, and that made me happy. I realized that as time went on and Dakota came on the scene, I watched Shawn interact with Dakota, and I immediately could see how kind he was. And I think at that point I realized this is a great guy, and I could really see the two of them together. I don't think it was a bad thing that we also shared the love of old 4x4 trucks, guns, and other things. I feel like Shawn is one of my own children, and today I think that is how I hoped it would always be, with a precious daughter, the one that you could do anything for, would marry a man you would love just as much and have just as much affinity for. And I could not ask for anything more than a kind-hearted, loving person for Jade. I love that they are both aligned with each other and are making each other happy and do the things that are important for them and not for others. I'm appreciative of Amy, who has always been there for Jade, and her understanding of who she was early in life and what her needs were. And I don't think Jade's feet ever touched the ground for the first 3 years that she was born. Mainly because that was what was important to Jade, and I think her mom really noticed that. I would always tell her to put her down, but it didn't happen. I am greatly appreciative to Sue, my wife, who has always been there for Jade or Chelsea, even when they were ganging up on me to make a point or to get what they wanted. I love that Jade and Chelsea are thick as thieves, and I even thought, even though I get ganged up on occasionally, I love to see the closeness and the devotion that they share with each other. I know that God will always watch over my children, and I will not always be here, but He will. And I ask you to raise your glass and toast Shawn and Jade and ask that God bless their marriage and that they always create each other and be there for each other. To Jade and Shawn.
Oh, are you not supposed to clean?
I want to.
Love you.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm Jade's mom, one of Jade's moms. I want to thank everyone that came today. I know I've talked to each of you before the wedding, thanking you for taking the time out of your lives to be here with us. I know it's really important that you were here. It means a lot to Jade and to Shawn, right? I just want to thank Larry and Sue. What an amazing gift you were giving them today. Something that wasn't going to happen is happening today. And I want to thank your friends and family for being a huge part of it. Okay, Larry, you pretty much told like the killer stories because I couldn't think of any without sounding, too cliche. But I love everything that you shared about her. One thing about Jade is she's always been a giving person. Loving to a fault, to an extreme, an empath. She's more than just a daughter, granddaughter, a cousin, or a friend. For me, she makes me want to strive to be a better person, and I've told you that. Both of my girls, but I tell you this all the time. Okay, Shawn. It's been a long time. You've been in the family for a very long time.
Yep.
And I've considered you family from day one. But today we're making it official. You came in her life in the very beginning when she was super young. And now here we are, and love happened. Sorry, people,
What?
I can't remember everything. I'm grateful that my daughters found her twin flame, and you found your soulmate. You're a perfect match. I see you as a good person, someone who truly loves Jade. I've seen how you are with my grandson Dakota, and that was the winner for me. And how you treat others. I find comfort in knowing you will be loving and protecting Jade's heart. We love you, Shawn, and we love you, Jade. I want to read a poem. I know this is the last minute, but my cousin in Thailand sent this to me, and it just hit my core. So bear with me, I didn't plan on this being so long. The poem is by Pablo Neruda. I have a name, you queen. There are taller than you, taller. There are purer than you, purer. There are lovelier than you, lovelier, but you are the queen. When you go through the streets, no one recognizes you. No one sees your crystal crown. No one looks at the carpet of gold that you tread as you pass, the non-existent carpet. And when you appear, all the rivers sound in my body bells, shake the sky, and a hymn fills the world. Only you and I. Only you and I, my love. Listen to it. Love each other. Be there for each other. And as I raise my glass to you, Jade and Shawn, my wish for the two of you is try to view each day as a new adventure, no matter what it is that you're doing. Keep your eyes on the horizon, which takes practice when times are tough, and to remember to have kind words when upset and to listen when the other is speaking. You've been graced. The greatest gift you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. And I love you guys.
Me too.
Cheers!
Wait, where are you going? Oh.
I too want to thank you. I think everybody, we're in a small crowd, everybody knows who everyone is. I feel fortunate to be able to call Jade my daughter, Chelsea as well. When I met Larry, Jade was 8 and Chelsea was just 11. And immediately I was in love with these two girls. I became part of an immediate family, and it was so special to me. And from that point on, I really felt that they were my kids. And I always introduced them that way because I never wanted them to have to say step or feel like step or anything like that. But the most important part to me was that I loved them, Larry loved them, Amy loved them, and that we all became sort of this larger family together. And it gave me a place. So when I think back on those moments when I first saw you, it was this little girl who always wanted to have on a dress and did her nails and put on her little bikini, and we'd run down the sand together. And then, of course, you know, as your kids start to grow into adults, it is hard because the transitions you see them go through, you remember having painful moments, but you know they have to grow their own way. And you want to keep them from feeling hurt, but you can't. So we watched a few things like that for you. And sometimes I worried a lot. But I think when Shawn came into the picture, there were still some struggles for you. But what I watched through those 9 years is just this amazing, mature, really loving couple. I mean, when you talk about the qualities of what you want in your own relationship, they spoke them here today, saying nothing was off topic, always communicating, having each other's back, encouraging to do things that you want to have done without pushing too hard. And that's an art. That's an art. But Shawn came along and he, you know, brought into our family a whole nother dynamic, which I think Larry loved. It was more of that manly side. You know, girls cutting his hair, doing facials on dad, you know, having all the fun as girls. But, you know, Larry is the guy who wants to go out and work on a car or ride a motorcycle or get out in the dirt. So it was a really nice, really I felt like a godsend that Shawn showed up. And I think I just can't today, in thinking about the two of you, I don't feel like I can express enough how proud I am of both of you, of who you've become. Because like I said, you worry when you see your young kids and you don't know what the future is, but you hold on to everything because you don't want them to feel hurt and pain. But the two of you have come together in such an authentic way. And you know, you've had your struggles, like everybody has, but that's what life is. So to me today, this is a wedding, and it's a celebration of you and Shawn. But it's a little bit of a dream come true because I see you're happy. I see you're happy. You fit in very well. We love having you guys around. We love being together as family. I've had some great moments with Amy during this time, and it's really brought a bigger bond. So again, my family extends, and I love family. So I just want to tell you again, I'm so thankful for both of you. I'm thankful for you and the way that you love our daughter. And I'm so proud of the woman truly, that you've become. I can't be prouder, Jade. I really can't. And so, without making it too long, I just want to congratulate you both, welcome you to the family. Here's a toast to Jade and Shawn and love.
Thank you.
Mine's going to be the shortest of all speeches today because, quite frankly, I hate public speaking. But I would love to start by calling out our officiant for copying my entire speech in full. Thanks, Ignacio. So everything he said, we'll just recap that. No, I'm just kidding. What really does sum up Jade and Shawn's relationship from an exterior perspective is as follows. From me, I have been in the lucky position to know and observe Jade and Shawn for the last few years. There is one thing that has resonated with me these last handful of years. Jade and Shawn have a true, pure love, the kind of love that is quiet and patient and loyal. Jade and Shawn got together like bread and butter, or if you're Shawn, like sriracha seasoning and literally anything else. The support I have seen you two give each other is unparalleled. Speaking as Jade's sister, I'm grateful in the choice of brother-in-law Jade has given me. Shawn has been the kind of brother I've wished for since I was a little girl. He has fully embedded himself in our family, and I couldn't imagine a family without him. Shawn, you have accepted Dakota and myself and my entire family just as quickly as we did you, and you have bettered our lives so much. I'm gonna go off script just a little bit, but like seriously, thank you. For every time you pull stuff down from the garage and you check the codes on my car and you fix things in the house, I can't imagine any life without you. You have been there since, well, actually since the entire time Dakota has been here, and you're a permanent fixture. Jade, in all tangible ways, you are one of my best friends. My heart swells to see you so happy, and you got a good one. From the time we were little girls, you've known what you've wanted. You've had goals and dreams and wishes, and you go for it. God, there is so much I admire about you. I won't attempt to tell a tale from our younger years because, let's face it, Jade has the better memory. But Jade has always been the embodiment of love for me. She has always and will always be there for all of us like a rock. Because I feel myself getting emotional, I would humbly like to turn this over to Slip to entertain you all with quotes from love movies. But before I do that, I would like to wish you and Shawn the best of Into Our Future. I love you both, truly love you both. Cheers.
Cheers. Is that your cup?
That's my cup.
Don't forget your
I'm sorry, I was told I wasn't allowed to speak at this event about a month ago, but recently they appear to have changed their minds. So, hello, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Michael. There was a contest to find out who was the best man, and clearly I won. I mean, if you look at my competition, hands down, easy choice. So, I met Shawn about probably 8 or 9 years ago on an adult dating app for men ages 25 to 40. We hit it off immediately, but decided we were best as friends, so I didn't want to get in between him and Jade.
I'm sorry, what?
Shawn, you're like a brother to me. And despite the distance we live apart, anytime we get together, it's like no time has passed at all. Jade, you're like the sister I was kind of stuck with. You look absolutely beautiful tonight, though.
today.
Well, today. Same. The two of you are perfect together. You set a perfect example of something that some people search their entire lives for. A true love. Soulmates. I'm so glad that the two of you would let me be a part of this monumental moment in your lives and stand up here with you both as you start your new lives together. I wish you nothing but the best, and I know you will always come out on top as long as you have each other. I love you both. I'd like to raise a toast to Shawn and Jade. Been drinking a lot.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers.
18 to 25. I was older than that.
Excuse me.
Oh, God. You're never speaking again.
I YouTubed how to tie a double Windsor this morning. I think it shows. Hi, I'm Tim, Amy's husband, and a guy lucky enough to be part of Jade and Chelsea's family. I'm very honored to be here today. I'd like to thank Larry and Sue for putting this beautiful event together and having us here. It's awesome and a perfect day for it. So, thank you. I've known Jade and Chelsea since they were little, and it's been amazing to watch them grow all these years and become adults. From when they were keeping their gigapets fed and sorting Beanie Babies and brushing the green and pink hair on their trolls and Jade's pet rat Pumpkin that I was afraid to touch, to eventually becoming wonderful, beautiful, strong, and just plain cool people. Very lucky to have them in my life. Shawn seems okay too. I actually love Shawn. He rocks. He saved my car from certain death, and now there's finally a family member I can talk to about video game hardware. So,
Yeah.
most importantly, he's really good to Jade, and I think they make a perfect couple. Thank you, Shawn, for loving Jade. Jade, I love you very much, and I'm really happy this day finally came. I want you both to know how stoked I am that this is happening. Amy and I wish you a joyous and long life with many fun and fulfilling adventures to experience together. And congratulations.
Thank you.
We have to toast.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. I don't know, is this mine?
Yeah. I think it's water.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you all for coming here today. I really appreciate it. I do. I appreciate that my dad and Sue have lent their home to Shawn and I to have this wedding, and that they really did go through a lot of work to make this happen. Even though it's very small, it is still a lot of work when you, or at least from what I experienced.
Let's say the things that we both know. Gonna take these words and make them stone. I know a place on the edge of town. The whiskey and the wind are the only sound.
So I have to tell you, Mom, you might be a little bit shocked at this, but Jade, you didn't know, was in about 150 pieces. The only thing that remained was the top, and as you know, the tradition is whatever the couple picks up, meaning the husband, that's how many children you have. Well, when you have 150 pieces,
That's 150 children.
that could be a little crazy. And I cried, and my sister cried, because we knew Mom and Dad couldn't be here with you today. And Mom and Dad really wanted you to have the cake. So your Uncle Chris spent an hour this morning gluing that cake back together.
Probably a couple hours.
And I've never seen a man be so focused on creating something, because he kept saying to me, I don't want Jade to feel bad. Carol said, when I gave up last night, she said, Sue, it's in the family, we gotta keep it going. So talk about having a lot of tenacity. Yeah. But the bottom line is, Mom wrote this note, Mom and Dad wrote this note to you. And they said, Dear Shawn and Jade, on this special day in your lives, we send our congratulations and love. We loved reading your story on the knot and how the two of you met and built your relationship. That was so beautifully described. It's easy to tell how well suited you are for each other, how you appreciate each other, and how committed you are to your marriage. We welcome Shawn wholeheartedly to our family and hope he will feel our love as he gets to know us all better. May you always cherish each other as you go through life together. Best wishes and much love. Mom and Dad, sorry, Grandma and Grandpa, Bob and Doreen. Get to be the one.
You know what to do?
Remove
Nope.
the top.
You're gonna take the top, Jade.
Like this.
All right, well, Chris is really done.
Well, the whole
Got a
thing.
lot of kids.
So, 3 children. 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.